What's going on, people? Well, welcome back to Totalozspurs. And Bournemouth 0, Tottenham 2. And we are top of the league. Said we are top of the league.
At
Let's
the
not get
moment,
too
we are.
excited. Brad, thank you for joining me. How are you, bro?
Good, bro. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Before we get into the game, guys, make sure you are liking and subscribing to the channel. On the road to 200, please help us out with those likes and those subs, and share it around, guys. Share it if you love us. But Brad,
Get amongst it in the comments too.
yeah, guys, make sure you comment down below once the video releases. But Brad, third game of the season, 7 points from 9. Who'd have thought we'd be here?
I know. Who would have thought we've under a new system with Ange, we'd be looked at that. We're sitting the top of the table. If we won all 3 games, we would have been cleared. Not clear top, but would have been top as well. It's exciting. Like, yeah, we versed United and we versed 2 not top 6 teams. Still, our biggest downfall was we always played shit against the shit teams last 2 seasons. So seeing that now, and we're just clinical with our game. We play to the game plan that Ange tells us to play, and it's paying off. We're doing nothing special. We're just playing the game, dominating, and just all round doing what we need to do to get these points.
Yeah, well, that's the big highlight from last season, especially is you're right. Like Brentford away is always a hard game. We've got a draw. We're unlucky to. Well, either team could have won in that game, but it was our first game under Ange's system, and just lost Harry Kane 3 days before. Unlucky not to win that one. Comfortable win at home against United after the 30th minute, and then comfortable win away at Bournemouth. They really did not test us, and that testament to defence. It's 2 clean sheets in a row now. Another 2-0 win. Romero looks like a completely different player next to Van de Ven. Van de Ven is slotted in like he's never been out of the squad. Adoji doesn't look like he's been on loan since last season. And Porro's improved on that right-hand side. How good is our defence at the moment? Obviously, we haven't been tested by the upper teams, the likes of Liverpool, Man City. After this video comes out, we're probably not going to be top of the league because I think Man City play Brighton. But against the teams that we're playing against, United have a decent front 3. Bournemouth don't really have a great front 3, but they still scored a goal against Liverpool. And Brentford, without Tony, they banged in a couple of goals on the weekend again for themselves. So, this defense has been really good so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I think we can actually improve the likes of the back 4 and Vicario as a goalkeeper. He really didn't 100%. Get tested, and he dealt with everything that he got served the other last game. So, what are your thoughts on the defense so far?
The defense is completely different. It's like Romero's not being as aggressive as he used to be. Because he knows he's got Van de Ven next to him, so he doesn't need to do stupid shit and attack the ball to cover for having a Deadwood next to him. We've got Van de Ven's been phenomenal since we've got him. We didn't think he was going to start the first game. He started and he's played all 3 games. No issues. He's clinical with what he does, and it's good to see that now Romero, that pairing there, Romero and Van de Ven, feels like a Toby and Jan. At the moment, it's solid. It's just clicks, and they're solid like how them 2 used to be when they were together.
I'm actually going to agree with you. I feel like it's the start of a great pairing. Van de Ven, the way he times his tackles and uses his pace. The thing is, people go, he's just a pace merchant. No, this guy knows how to time his tackles. He
reads the game early. Like, he's, for a young kid, he can read the game.
To me, he's very Toby-esque with the way he times jockey tackle. Romero has his game's completely switched. He's comfortable. He's confident. He trusts his back, his line. He trusts it. And I feel like he's more comfortable in back 4 because he plays there for Argentina. I think Atalanta played that as well. But they've been phenomenal. Van de Ven's phenomenal. And Adoji, this kid we've got a baller. This kid is phenomenal at the moment.
He's going to be amazing once he gets into the stride of things.
A couple of times he did lose the ball going into midfield against Semenyo, but Semenyo was on something different. yesterday. Even Basuma had a bit of trouble with him, but the way he carries the ball, goes forward defensively, like everyone's saying he was shit defensively, he's looked good. He hasn't done anything really bad for me. Great support, and his link-up play with Perisic, who we're going to get into a bit later, is outstanding. But going on to outstanding performances, Mr. James Maddison,
unreal.
What a player! What we all thought he'd be injured. Everyone sat there and saying that he's not top three playmakers. They had Odegaard, they had Bruno Fernandes, and then they had De Bruyne. Maddison's better than Odegaard, hands down. I'm sorry,
100%.
Maddison is a baller. He's top two for me. I think he's better than Bruno Fernandes. Even though Bruno had a great game for United, against us he did jack shit. And when Bruno loses his head, his game's gone.
Yeah, he loses his game.
Whereas Maddison, there's a reason why I'm going to get his name on my shirt this season.
100%. He's, for a player who's had a knock, didn't train properly until the day before we're meant to play, trained the whole training session unrestricted. So he comes on, scores a goal, carves up the midfield, and then took him off early for resting for the midweek game. Yep. And he's good to go again. And it's like, seeing him score was like, yeah, all right. Now he's scored one. I think he's going to score a lot more this season. He's had a really good start to Spurs, to be fair.
And that's the thing. I think everyone, because of the comments he made years ago of Gareth Bale, he's actually come out recently and said he never supported Arsenal. I think he's a United supporter, to be honest. But the way he's come into the club, the way he's talked about the club, the way he's acted around the club, the first game of the season, he was coming up to every single player, geeing them up, going, let's go, boys, giving a pat. Like, he was doing the captain role. He's vice captain already. And you can see why. He engages and loves the fans. He engages with the team. He and even Ange's come out and said, like, I can't believe we got James Maddison.
Yeah.
As he was
What took you guys so long to fucking buy him?
Yeah, and the thing is, here at totalozspurs, we were saying it for over a year, but even before the channel started, which is over a year ago, we were saying Maddison in this team. It's unlucky that we didn't have Kane. However, the commentators pointed it out in the game, at the end of the game, he's taken Harry Kane's number and all that pressure of being the main man. It's like he's just pocketed it and gone, that's easy. Yeah. See you later. That's what I do every week at Leicester anyway.
You can see when we are missing Kane, though. You can see that with the goal scoring opportunities. If we had Kane, we'd score more. But he's taken, like I said, all that Kane criticism in his back pocket and he's going to write. That's fueling him to just be on top form right now.
Yeah,
and I'm just happy that he's done that and he hasn't let the pressure get to him. He's just like, you know what, let's go.
Yeah,
you want to do that? I can do this.
Completely right. And this, the thing is, I love this because it's flowing into what I want to talk about next. Is the actual lack of goals coming up front. Kulu did get a goal on the weekend, but no Son on the scoreboard. Even though he did play a bit better than he did against United. Kulu did very well for his goal. I do think Bournemouth switched off. They had 5 players in around that box. And they just let Kulusevski get a foot on it, but he was a bit better. But Richie, Ange has said he liked his movement in the first half. But there's something that he did, that Ange did, that Conte didn't do, Mourinho didn't do, Nuno didn't do, even Poch didn't do. 55th minute, Richarlison was all over the shop. Was losing the ball. You could hear it on a playback.
He was starting to get aggressive too.
Yeah, and Ange was yelling out to him, Richie, release it, play it back, play the ball, play the ball. You could hear it. There's a clip on Twitter. If you go to Twitter and find it, Ange is yelling at him. Hooked him. See you later. Off the pitch.
Yeah.
He wasn't having a great game. He was trying too hard. And then Son going through centrally and then Perisic on that left completely changed the way we dominated that game. And we could have had 4 or 5 after that. What I'm trying to get at is what's going on with the front three at the moment? Because if they're not firing, we're going okay now, but we can't rely on our defenders and our midfielders to provide goals going on in the season. Kulu's up and running. I feel like once Son gets up and running in this system, he will go well. Even Richie, I feel like once he gets the first goal, the pressure drops. However, when is that first goal going to come for these guys?
Look, I honestly think Richie needs to go down to the bench and Sonny needs to play striker.
Yeah, I think so
You know what I
too.
mean? Bring Richie on, slowly bring Richie back into that role again. Get a couple of goals, second half teams, and get second in the second half against teams. Leave Perisic out there, and then switch it. Because then that's another. They can focus in training the right speed. When Richie comes on, Sonny pushes out, and that can change how the defenders attack our front three as well. So we can change the dynamic of a game as well. I just honestly think Richie needs to be sat down, had a hard think about what's going on, and then come back and he just needs time to do some work. I feel like he's been thrown in there, and I think the pressure of him scoring goals like Harry Kane did is getting to him. I honestly think it is.
I think it is, and like I think one goal will release all that pressure, and then he'll start scoring bangers. But it's for now. It's to take all the pressure off him. If all the pressure's put onto Son, and Son, we've seen Son when Kane's been out, Son's taken it and gone with it. If we do that for now, and then do what Conte did with Son last season, where he got subbed and came on and scored 3 goals.
Yeah,
I feel like Richie's a confidence player. But in saying that, the subs that Ange made and the early impact that they made really changed the game. He changed all 3 midfielders. Lo Celso came on for Maddison. Højbjerg came on for Skip. Who else came on in the midfield?
was already on.
I think Basuma stayed on, didn't he?
Yeah, Basuma stayed on. Yeah, it was 2 in the midfield, and then they bring Perisic on for Richie.
Yeah, Richie for Perisic.
And Davies came on too.
Davies came on, and there was one more that came on. Can't remember who it was, the last player. But Højbjerg slotted straight into the team. Didn't look like out of pace. Obviously, Perisic played really, really well. Once again, very good link-up play with Adoji. Skip was in and around it, in that midfield. And then Davies at left back, didn't look like much difference. I feel like Davies has been a really good asset to that left back role, even though we all wanted him to go. I feel like for me, he was one of the last ones to go, purely because whenever he plays, he's consistent. Even if he's consistently average, he's still better than being, Eric Dyer and all that sort of stuff.
He's still better than Reggie, than Sessegnon, all that.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Like Sess, Reggie, all that sort of stuff. So I'm just looking up the actual switches, but what can we say about the subs? Is there anything on the subs that you think needed to be pointed out, or?
No, I just think it was good to see Lo Celso get minutes. He got a good 25 minutes underneath his belt. I would like to see him get more, but it was good to see him back in the Tottenham shirt in the Premier League after going on that loan spell, not having a very good season under Conte. But no, the subs were good. They did what they had to do. It wasn't, oh shit, this player's coming on, we've got to worry. It wasn't, because we were still strongly minded and strong defense, strong attacking. I just think that Richie sub just needs to be dropped. That's my opinion. After seeing what he'd done there, and when he started making mistakes, he lost his head, started doing dumb shit. We don't need that right now. Yeah. We don't need a striker that loses his head.
Well, I will correlate. Basuma did come off. It was Højbjerg, Lo Celso, and Skip came on.
That's right. Yeah.
Perisic came on, and then we used 5 subs. So we just didn't calculate properly. But you're completely right. I feel like he should play against Fulham, Richie, with the likes of Solomon and Perisic, and then switch out for Son, Kulu, and maybe Perisic for the Burnley game. In the league. I feel like take the pressure off scoring in the Prem, get him into a cup game where it's it's a bit more pressure still, but it's a cup game. But I think Ange, after the game and the way Ange reacted during the game, maybe Ange's and the sub that he made, maybe he's sitting there going, you know what, like maybe I can't wait for Richarlison to score, because we're kicking off faster than I thought. But this also means that like Levy has to back Ange, because just because Ange is winning now doesn't mean in 3 months' time, when we're in the middle of November, December, and we're struggling because we haven't brought in the players or got rid of the players that we need to get rid of to bring in good quality players, it's going to all fall apart like it did under Poch. So it's a great start to the season, first 3 games. But we had this with Nuno. We won the first 3, then we lost the next 5, and we got smacked 3-0 3 times in a row. So I don't think that's going to happen under Ange. I think Ange has got the club playing the way he wants, and we're actually attacking teams. But it's something to look out for. And on that last piece on Ange, I think the love around the club and the team at the moment, and even the fans and Ange showing the love back. I think the fans are singing "We have our Tottenham back," and I don't think they're only talking about the football. I think they're talking about the actual the actual love of the club. They feel like their club's starting to come back. But I will say, even though the feeling is good at the moment, we need to keep putting pressure on Levy and Enoch. We can't just go, oh, we're playing good, that's it, everything's forgiven. No. No matter what, we need to do something about these guys.
100%. Like, they're saying we have Tottenham back. It's like how he went at Old White Hart Lane with Poch. I feel like that stadium's starting to feel like that. It feels like Old White Hart Lane. And every week I see 3 to 4 things on Optus Sports about Ange, or my Facebook's riddled with Ange posts. Optus Sports blowing up Spurs supporters singing Ange Postecoglou at the stadium. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I'm happy right now. We've got the team, the manager and the team have that connection that Ange trusts his players and the players trust the manager. So I think if we keep that going, we're going to be up there this season. I don't think we're going to win the Prem, but we're going to be up there with them, and we're going to be fighting with the big boys this season. And it's just going to be a lot of passion going into our games. Every game's going to be played like you're playing your final.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think going into this season, I thought 7th and 6th, and I did say on Tommy's channel on Friday, I still think we'll get 6th, but if we get some decent signings, and then come January, we're still in and around the top 6, and we get some more signings in, you never know. You never know what this team can go with. But at the moment, I'm loving the feeling at the club. I'm loving the way we're playing, and I love Ange Postecoglou. I can say it with a chest. Postecoglou, I did have my doubts, but what he's bringing, and the down-earthness, the directness, the honesty, it's everything this club needed. Since the last 2 managers that we have. But we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you for joining us. Make sure, again, you are liking and subscribing to the channel. Comment down below how you feel about the game, and if we've missed out on any top moments in the game that you felt like we should have covered. Hit that share button. And, guys, like we say at totalozspurs, stay safe, take it easy, and as always, stay Spursy.
Stay Spursy, guys.